Huh. Would like to go first. Oh my god, this hand's almost good. I'm gonna fix this. Stupid Sarah Sanctum. It's fine. That hand was so close. If we had one Enchantress effect, though, by what the bot's telling me, he's playing blue deck anyway, which isn't the best for trying to go on that plan. Okay, let's just run out of grass. Next turn we can play some Crushing Field. Yeah, I actually don't know what goes into this. Let me cheat a little. Esper Mentor, Therapy, Probe, 4 digs. Wow. Lingering Souls. That card doesn't see as much play as it used to. Legacy. Just sad because it's a good card. Oh, dude, that can't attack. Go, Elephant Grass, go! I'll pay for it. Just because we need to. Windswept Heath. That's pretty good. We'll go ahead and play it. Actually, didn't check to see. The list I'm looking at isn't playing Wasteland still. Should go ahead and get our planes. So that's Force, right? He does have Forcible, but he let it resolve. Just fine. He has 8 Jace, a full 8 fetches though. I don't know. I'm gonna let it die now. Just because I don't want to keep it up, and I want to play this idle on. And hope it resolves. Then we can draw a card. We can get our deck going. Hey, it happened. Oh, he's gonna Swords it. That's no fun. He's also playing a full set of Swords. This deck has a lot of 4s. It's 4 Mentor, 4 Therapy, 4 Probe, 4 Ponder, 4 Brainstorm, 4 Dig, 4 Force, 4 Swords, 2 Souls, 2 Counter, 1 JTMS. I'm gonna hold on to the land enchantments. Wait for an Enchantress, Snapcaster. I bet it'll cast Brainstorm. I bet it'll try to shuffle. Do not try to shuffle. I'm actually surprised by that. Everyone always tries to shuffle. Okay. Our opponent apparently knows what's up. His main board has a ton of 4s, and his sideboard is 14 distinct spells. Yep. Scrub is actually really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and activate the Grove since he isn't playing like abrupt decay. Is the word I'm looking for. The phrase I'm looking for, rather. Force of Will. Hard cast Force of Will. Jeez. Alright, so next turn we're facing 3, 4, 5, 6. Could very well have more spells. So we're taking 8. 6. Needs 2 more spells. Now we're taking 10. Shouldn't be hard. Yep. Okay. Choke. Punish. His only discard is Therapy, so I don't think it's worth bringing in the Ley Lines. E-Tutor. I like to take out the Eidolon with the Groves. I like to take out the Eidolon a lot just because it's usually pretty clunky. Yeah, I probably should have grabbed Mo. Too late. Hopefully we get a game. This is also really iffy. We'll try it. Unfortunately, his win con is really relatively quick. But yeah, I should have grabbed Mo. Crap. I feel Therapy. Yep. We're so dead. I should mulligan. Whatever. It's okay. Yeah! Like a boss. Don't have counterspell. Please. Yeah. His list also had a 1 of Zealous Persecution, as well as a Supreme Verdict on the board, and Engineered Plague. God, he has a ton of things that would work against us. Found Rest in Peace. Yay, Sarah Sanctum. Hopefully we don't draw into a replenish. It'd be awkward. Not that we lost a ton at this point. Yep. Haha! We showed him good. I really don't even care if we lose this, because we beat Storm again. That's awesome. Though, this does seem like a game, or a matchup we should win. Not if we keep drawing lands, though. This is why I hate RNG. This always happens. Hiya. Yeah, it's fucking RNG. Yep. Yeah, let's keep this pretty loose on in retrospect. Retrospect. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I don't want to attack now. It's off the table. I believe he's already at 12. Also, fringely relevant, the rest in peace protects us from the one of surgical extraction he had on his board. I don't know if this is the matchup he wants it against, but given the fact that we have very few engine pieces, it seems pretty good. Being able to snag a countered enchantress or something. This probably isn't the exact matchup he wants it for. But again, it's probably fine. I'm not gonna bother blocking here because it's only a one pump. I'd rather block when he like combos out. Not that it'll probably save us a ton of damage. That's gonna be annoying. Curious what he's gonna name, because there's a couple things I would name here. Or a couple things he could name here. If I were on his side, I would name Elfingrass. Because that hinders his ability to play taunt spells and then attack with stuff. Solitary is also fine. But we can hold up Elfingrass for a very long time. Make sure Utopia Sprawl and hold on to it. Like, people have a fear of solitary confinement, but like, it's not even good here. And we had 2 unknown cards. I would have played one of them if it would have helped us. Like, people just have this somewhat irrational fear of solitary confinement. It's just not that good if we're not going off. It just buys us some time. But like, people just seem to choose this card a lot. Like, I get it, but it's just not what I would name in a lot of scenarios. Because we literally have nothing going on. So this attack is, whoa, I don't want to tap for mana. This attack's pretty substantive, so I'm gonna go ahead and block. Yeah, like, exactly. Like, right now, Solitary Confinement's a terrible card. I wouldn't even want to, well, like, I'd cast it, obviously, but, like, I wouldn't even be happy about it. He just needs one spell to kill us. We're basically dead. Alright. Oh yeah, the sickest of draws. I don't know, it's fine, like... Or, wait, you named the... You named the Confinement, or, the Suppression Field? Because he had mana, and we weren't taxing him in any way. He could afford to pay the 2 mana to Brainstorm. Like, he literally just needed one more spell, and he could pay the 2 mana for it. Yeah, I don't know. Unless we have much else going, I don't think that's really worth it either. I'm pretty sure I would still name Elephant Grass. But yeah, that was a pretty big mistake not bringing the mode in. I forgot that was a card. Yeah, I don't know. That keep may have been a little loose, but whatever. It had Enchantress. It's hard to turn that down, especially when I've been getting shitty RNG. Yeah, like I'll have to like go back and look, but I'm pretty sure Solitary Confinement is the most named card by a pretty wide margin. And like at times when I don't even have much going on because I'm playing against the blue decks that just always seem to draw the counterspells for all my stuff. And like counterspells, I mean like actual counterspells and like cards that counter my plays, which is annoying. No Dredge. Actually don't know how popular 7% of the meta. So here this card's pretty good in the orange. Running Volley's interesting. I guess it's going against the Delver and Mentor decks. I also like that we already have the Ley Lines as an option for this deck. I can't say for, like, I can't really say. It's certainly not as good now, because Blue Red Delver was, yeah. He had a pretty good matchup against Blue Red Delver. But, I can say that, Enchantress seems to be peaking a little online. Because, like I said, we had another Enchantress player pack on Monday. We have a new Enchantress player on YouTube who's posting videos. And we have Spawn said that he played against 2 Enchantress players that wasn't me. So it seems like people are starting to either pick up this deck or pick it back up online. Which, I mean, it's not a terrible choice, because Miracles is a very good matchup. We just always seem to get just randomly screwed over in the Miracles matchups. Though I did get to beat Joe online when he had terrible draws, so. What would you consider the normal shell? Because for me, what I consider to be the shell I've seen the Eidolon be pretty standard, but I guess that can be kind of a flex slot. I don't know. I also think that Gal is a pretty flex slot, as is Grove. I'm also not sure how people feel about Suppression Field, but I feel like largely this column represents what it means to just have the core of an Enchantress deck, and everything else is just random, and then some amount of win conditions. I like having just these two. But then like everything else is open to interpretation. I like having the 4 Sanctums. I'm not a big fan of what's it called? Nykthos. Though I know that some people play Nykthos. Grass is amazing. It's really good against Delver. Worst case scenario, it cycles. Or, well, worst case scenario, you can just play it and not do anything. But worst case scenario, you can like play it and cycle. It's good against Delver. It's cold. It Stone Cold stops Germ tokens and Mirror Lages. Yeah, I don't like Nykthos. I like the 4 Sanctum. I've also seen people go between Dryad Arbor. I just like it to add consistency to trying to get a turn 3 Enchantress. I've seen Seal in the main deck too. I like these kills over Sigil because they're faster. I also don't like Sigil because it doesn't really do anything on its own. I'm a big fan of Emrakul. I think people who don't play Emrakul are silly. Not that I think there's anyone not playing Emrakul. And then boards are wide open. But I like these 7 pieces of Hate for Storm. I just never was a big fan of it. Banefire. That's interesting. What do you bring that in against? Is it kind of just like a second Emrakul? Kind of? It's the second Emrakul that's not an Emrakul? Yeah. Carpet of Flowers was another thing I was considering, because we've been losing to so many blue decks. But I don't know where it would fit them in. But I'm thinking about carpets, and I'm thinking about cities. Okay. Sure. Yeah, no, that's definitely very off the ball, but you get the mana for it. Hey, iPhone. I don't know, I like having Choke. But I definitely get that it can be better in a lot of scenarios. I don't know, I play a lot of decks like control decks. Like, I consider this a control deck, in that it just has tons of prison elements that locks your opponent out of the game rather than playing counterspells. And I consider Green Red Tron a control deck a lot more than a sort of combo deck. That's how I usually like to play it. But yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's just that if you can land a choke and basically have additional chokes with Replenish, your blue decks just lose. Like, it just hampers them so much. And that's why I like it, is that it just adds another prison element to the deck. But like, things I was looking to take out for Carpet, and I'll take that into consideration. The things I was thinking about were the Blind Obedience and the Guiles. Just because I'm not a huge fan of Guile. Like, Guiles and Sterling Groves are usually the first things to go out when I'm bored. I have not tried running a main deck. I guess that's something I can try out at some point. I don't know, I don't really want to play them in the main deck because of the disjoint between them and Rest in Peace. I know you can just like play it smart, but sometimes you just need Rest in Peace to get your engine going, and then Replenish is just dead. Yeah, at the moment I just have one carpet. That's all I could afford at the moment. You have a carpet and 2 cities. And again, cities is basically another prison element along the same lines as choke. But I think I'd want like the city in the main somewhere. I don't know. Just stuff I'm thinking about. So I guess lists have. How many lanes does your list run? Because I know that the one out of Japan I think was running 20. Yeah, the one that was running Mentors is only running 20. So we could take out the Dryad Arbor for that. That would free up a slot for like 2 carpets in a city. Yeah, absolutely 4 ley lines on the board. Cards necessary against the black decks and storm decks and such. Ah, fuck. That's unfortunate. I was about to see if I could, one, see what ley lines are pre-ordering for, and 2, try to get rid of my or at least try to cash them out. I don't know. But they sharply dropped once it was announced. Feels like this ended earlier than usual. I mean, just be me. That was round 4, right? Yeah, well, that's just crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Presence, if you want to try to get here, because I need to go like walk dogs and stuff. But if you want to get here a little early for the stream tomorrow, which will be starting just before 10, or I could start a little earlier, we can get some discussion going. That'd be sweet. Change some stuff up. Juniper Order Rangers. I love that card. But yeah, so for those of you joining us, yes, Central. Good point. People are in different time zones. Yeah, I usually start at 9:50 Central. But I can start earlier, whatever. Schedule should be on the page. I didn't have it. I realized I didn't have it for a little bit. I had it like, I posted it to Twitter and on Facebook and on my YouTube channel, but I didn't have it here. Well, we have people here. Monday I'm going to be streaming more. Doing some vintage remaster, I keep saying vintage. Doing some Tempest remastered drafts. With whatever prize packs I've gotten. I'm not really sure on a time. Anyone have a general idea of how long a draft takes on MTGO? That'd be a great number to have in mind. So we're doing that on Monday, Memorial Day. And whoa, someone followed. Thank you. I actually heard that this time. I usually am listening to my phone. I heard it. Thank you, Lesh Azor. I don't know. I can't really scrub out though, because I'm not gonna do the 8-4. I'm gonna do the 4-2-2-2, because I'm a scrub at drafting in general. So we're in for the long haul. We're gonna try to get, you know, those 2 packs. Yeah, so that's happening on the 29th. Rather than streaming on the 28th, I'm going to be streaming because my store is doing a Modern Masters. I love the main deck, Sebastian Fields. That card is so good. Yeah, people just, they let it resolve and they just don't do anything, and then they're like, I'll activate this fetch that I don't have the mana for. Yeah, no, Suppression Field is amazing. It's good against Miracles, it's good against Planeswalkers in general. It's good against, like, Aether Vial, kind of, but not really. It's good against Stoneforge Mystic. Like, it's so good against so many things, and people usually don't play Re-Wincon with Explorations. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Suppression Field's probably a little too slow for combo. It's a lot better against the fair decks. Yeah, like, turn 2 against a combo deck, if they're like full of fetch lands, would be good. But otherwise, they just could just not care. Like, Storm would just not care and, like, combo off with their 1 land or whatever. But yeah, I'll defend Suppression Field, like, until the day I die. The card's really good. Playtesting against a friend, I managed to play at turn 2 to force him to force it. Because his turn 2 play was a Stoneforge Mystic. And I was able to resolve an Enchantress and win the game. But yeah, Suppression Shield is a very strong Magic card. It's underplayed. I'm not a huge fan of Exploration. I usually play enough Prison Elements to, yeah, Fast Time Recalls are always nice, but I usually play enough present elements that I can either wait the turn to play the second Sanctum, or like even if they kill it, I can just play the second Sanctum. If they kill the Sanctum, I can just play it and tap all my mana and cast Emrakul. That definitely doesn't sound like a very good meta for having Enchantress, though. Yeah, so I don't think Suppression Field would be super great for yours, just because it's kind of clunky and doesn't do a ton. But against fair decks, it's very good. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Exploration just because the way I want to play the deck, it doesn't need that sort of explosiveness. Like, I'm largely fine like playing a land on turn 1, getting a 3 mana on turn 2, and like not ramping anymore really. Yeah, that may be a better one to take it to. This flourishes against fair decks. I don't know how well it does against lands. Elephant Grass is relatively good because it locks out Merilage, but they generally have yeah, it's a fun deck to play. I love drawing cards. The one time I was playing Elephant Grass, my friend who has lands didn't have Abrupt Decay in the main for some reason, which I feel like it needs just in general. But I could be wrong. But yeah, I just played Elephant Grass and he made a Merilage and I was like, that's cool. Yeah, lands has a bad combo matchup. They have to get like Chalice or yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so this is wow, it's next Friday. Next Friday we'll be streaming instead of doing it on next Thursday. Just to give me something to do while I don't want to go and draft on my score. Because I probably won't have money at that point. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Streaming tomorrow at 10 p.m. or let's just call it 9:50 p.m. Central Time. So yep, I'll see some of you tomorrow.